Good morning, friends. Yesterday we started with the chapter on number system and I explained to you the origin of the number system. Yes, long ago how people started counting, giving rise to natural numbers. Then came the whole numbers. After the whole numbers were the integers, that are the positive and the negative numbers, and where I explained that the negative sign shows the opposite direction. Like opposite to north is south, opposite to east is west, opposite to profit is loss. After that we moved on to rational numbers in the form P by Q. And now we have to understand irrational numbers. But before we reach there, let us try to understand the rational numbers in detail. So again, rational number is in which form? In the P upon Q form or P by Q form, where Q is not equal to 0. So let us see some fractions in the P by Q form. So here I have taken different fractions. I have kept them simple: 1 upon 2, 1 upon 3, 1 upon 4, 1 upon 5 and 1 upon 6. So here 1 is the dividend and 2 is the divisor. Means I have to divide 1 by 2. So here I have done the division. When I put 1, 1 is smaller than 2. So I put a decimal point and put a 0. Then I get 2 5s are 10 and 0. So the answer of 1 upon 2 is what? You saw the answer of 1 upon 2 is 0.5. That is the answer. Now when I do 1 upon 3, divide 1 upon 3, again here 1 is less than 3. So I put a decimal point and a 0. 3 3s are 9. 1 remains, I put a 0. 3 3s are 9. 1 remains and it goes on. So here also, if I continue, I put a 0 and 3 3s are 9. So 1 upon 3 I am getting 0.333333 and this never stops but goes on till infinity. 1 upon 4 when I divide, now I am getting 0.25. So this is not continuing, this has been terminated. You see the case, here it was terminated, 1 upon 4 is also terminated, 1 upon 5 when I divide I get 0.2, so this is also terminated, 1 upon 6, so again 6 ones are 6, remaining 4, 6 6 are 36, 4 remains, 6 6 are 36, so I get 0.166666 where the 6 does not terminate. So I hope you can understand what I have done. I have taken a rational number in which form? P by Q form. I have taken very simple numbers 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5 and 1 by 6. These are in the rational form P by Q and I have converted them into the decimal form. So what you observed here, you observed that 0.5, 0.25 and 0.2 are terminating and this two 0.333333, 0.16666 are not terminating. Yes. So what we have done, we have converted the rational form P by Q into the decimal form. Clear? So then I took the table further. 1 by 2 we did 1 by 3 also. 1 by 2 I did division. 1 by 3 I had done. 1 by 4 I have done. 1 by 5 and 1 by 6. I went further to 1 by 7. I also did 1 by 8, 1 upon 9, 1 upon 10 and 1 upon 11. I can continue. Now what did you notice? Observe the pattern. This has terminated. This is terminated. This one is also terminating. Yes? Can you follow? Terminating, it has stopped. It doesn't continue. This also has terminated. So sum is terminated after one digit, after the decimal point, sum after 2. You can see 0.125 has terminated after 3 digits. This has also terminated. Terminated means they have stopped, they don't go further. Now this one have not terminated. They continue till infinity. Yes, these are non-terminating. They continue as long as you want. So you can see all the fractions can be written in which form? Either terminating or non-terminating. Now the ones which are non-terminating, can you notice any pattern? Here the digit 3 keeps on repeating. Here after the 1, the digit 666 keeps on repeating. Here we have got 142857. After that again it starts 142857. Again we have 142857. So the pattern is, there is a pattern of repetition. Here the 1 is being repeated and here the 09, 09 and 09 is being repeated. Can you notice that? So there is a pattern. So again what I have done here, I have written the P by Q form in the decimal form. So we are still doing rational numbers. All of these are rational numbers because they can be written by in the P by Q form. So I formed the decimal pattern. So what did we notice here? Let us see the main points. The remainders become 0 after a certain stage. So that we saw in the division. Remember the first slide? If you want, you can rewind, go back to the first slide and see in some cases where they were terminating. In this case, yes, in this case, then in the other cases also, you must have noticed that this case, then this case, it is terminating. So in this case is what you can see, the remainder became 0 after a certain stage. Or in the remaining cases, they start repeating themselves. So either the remainder becomes 0 or the pattern is repeating. So in the other cases, in the remaining cases, the pattern was repeating. So this is the first observation. Then the number of entries in the repeating string of remainders is less than the divisor. Less than the divisor. So in this case 1 upon 3, 3 is the divisor. So when 3 is the divisor, which is number repeating? Only one number is repeating. Can you notice that? Only one digit is repeating. It is 3, but the digit is only 1 which is repeating. So when the divisor is 3, the repetition is only one number. Again, here the divisor is 6, but the repetition is only one number. The divisor is 11, but the repetition is only 2 digits. So it is always, the repetition is always less than the divisor. Now when I take 7 as the divisor, 1 upon 7, you will see we have got 142857. So which are the 6 entries? 3, 2, 6, 4, 5, 1 is a repeating string of remainders and 7 is the divisor. So 7 is the remainder, then 2 is the remainder, then 6 is the remainder, then 4 is the remainder, then 5, then 1. And then again it starts from the very same pattern. So repeating string of remainders. And here, if the remainders are repeating, then we get a repeated block. So for 1 by 3, 3 is constantly being repeated. And here in the quotient 142857, these digits are constantly being repeated. Now you see what I have done here. In this slide, the digit 3 is repeating. So how do we write it? We put a bar over the 3. Can you see this bar over 3 means the digit 3 is repeating. Now here it is 0.1666. 1 is not repeating. So I write 0.1 and only the bar on the 6 to show that the 6 is repeating. Here there are 6 digits repeating. In 1 upon 7, 6 digits are repeating. So I put the bar over 142857 means 142857, then again 142857, again 142857. In 1 upon 9, only one digit is repeating, so I put the bar over 1. In 1 upon 11, two digits are repeating, 0, 9. So I put the bar over 0, 9. So this is the way of showing. The bar means that the number is repeating. So what did you observe so far? All these fractions written in the P by Q form. All of them are written in which form? The P by Q form. I converted the rational number into a decimal form. Yes? So what is a rational number again? Rational number is written in the P upon Q form where Q is not equal to 0. So all these numbers were rational numbers. And when I convert into decimal forms, what did you observe? Some are terminating. Terminating means cut off. Some are terminating. See, this is terminating because 0.5 is the answer. It doesn't go further. This is terminating. I told you before, right? So when we convert a rational number into decimal, it is terminating, and if it is non-terminating, it is recurring. Recurring means after a certain pattern it keeps on repeating. So a rational number, now you will remember what is a rational number? A number that is decimally terminating or non-terminating but recurring is called a rational number. So I hope you understood what rational numbers are. So here we have converted the rational number into a decimal fraction. We'll also try to do the opposite of it. So here I have taken an example, and now we are going to do exactly the opposite. We have got a decimal fraction 0.3333 and so on up to infinity, written as 0.3 bar, because after the decimal point the digit 3 is repeating. Now I have to show that this is a rational number which can be shown in the form P by Q. Yes, in the form P by Q, where P and Q both are integers and Q is not 0. So where do I start? This unknown number, yes, this non-terminating, let me call it X. Okay. Now in this X, how many digits are repeating? Look at the bar. Only one digit is repeating. So I multiply it with 10. Only 1 0. 10. So when I multiply 10 by 0.3333, the 3 shifts a decimal point. Yes, one decimal point is shifted because you multiply by 10. So now it became 3.333 and so on. I can also write it as 3.3 bar. What does this mean? That after the decimal point the 3 keeps on repeating. Now this number 10x, that is 3.333, this number I can separate and write 3 before the decimal plus 0.3333. So how can I write this number? I can write this number as 3 plus 0.33, but this is nothing but x. So I can write this number as 3 plus x, but this number is 10x. So we get 10x equal to 3 plus x. Now take the x to the left side. So what is 10x minus x? 10x minus x is 9x. So we get 9x equal to 3. So what is x equal to? X equal to 3 upon 9 or x equal to 1 upon 3. So now here what we have done, we took a non-terminating but recurring. What does recurring mean? Repeating. So when you take a non-terminating recurring decimal, you can always show it in which form? The P by Q form. So we have here done the reverse to show that a non-terminating recurring decimal is a rational number. Right? This is one method. So have you understood the method? You can do it in one more way. I'll show you which is the next way you can do it. In the same slide I will do it. We have got x equal to 0.333, right? And 10x equal to 3.33 means I have got 10x equal to 3.33 3, and so on. Yes, very sorry that I am slow in writing, but you will understand. Here the 3 keeps on repeating. And what is x equal to? X is equal to 0.0.33 and onwards, right? Okay. So again, x was what? X was 0.3333. Multiplying by 10, I got 10x equal to this. Now, if I subtract this, so this is one way of other way of doing the sum. We had x here, we found 10x here, I written an x below. Now I subtract. When I subtract, what is 10x minus x? It is 9x. Are you following? 9x is equal to, what is before the decimal? 3 minus 0 is 3. And after the decimal point, we got a 3. So this 3 get cut. Then this 3 get cut. And all the 3 after it, all of them get cut. So we get 9x equal to 3, or x equal to 3 upon 9, and x equal to 1 upon 3. The next sum, one more. Now we have got 1.2727. So after the decimal point, the 27 is recurring. So again the same with the method, x equal to 1.2727. Now we have 2 digits are repeating. So we multiply by 100. And when you multiply by 100, you shift 2 decimal points. So when you shift 2 decimal points, it becomes 127.2727 and so on. Now how do we write 127? I want to remove the x. So if I write, I should write 126 plus 1.2727 gives me 127.2727. So I have got the x here. So now we get the equation 100x equal to 126 plus x. Takes the x on the left side. So 100x minus x is 99x. So 99x equal to 126. X equal to 126 upon 99, or 14 upon 11. You can take a calculator, divide 14 by 11 and check out whether you get this number. So here again, a non-terminating recurring decimal has been converted to p by q form, which is a rational number. Third example is the same way, 0.2353535. So here again 2 digits are being repeated. So again we multiply by 100. We get 23.535. So we write this as 23.5353 as 23.3 plus 0.23535 as x. So this is the equation we get. And then 100x minus x gives us 99x. So 99x equal to 23.3, or x equal to 23.3 upon 99 equal to 233 upon 990. So use the calculator, divide and see, you will get the right and same answer. So you are following, we have just understood rational numbers, that rational numbers in the form p by q can be converted into a decimal fraction which is either terminating or non-terminating recurring. Yes, and then we saw the examples that a non-terminating recurring decimal can be written in the p by q form. Now this is one method, and I showed you one method before, so I will repeat this same sum with the other method. I will show you which is the other method to do. The textbook uses this method, but there is one more method which I would like to show you. The same sum, you can see this is the same sum, 0.235235, which is written as 0.235 bar. Now this is our x, right? This is what I have taken, the number is our x. Now you see there is a 2 here which is not recurring, it's not changing. So first I multiply by 10x and make it 2.35. So what I have done here, multiplying by 10, I have put the non-recurring digit 2 before the decimal point. So this is the first step I do here. In this method, the first step, what do we do? The non-recurring digit 2 we bring before the decimal point. So since there is only one digit here, you multiply by 10. Shift one digit, you get 2.35. So that is the first step, remember. Again I repeat, what did I do? There was one digit which is not recurring, only 2. So because there is one digit, I need only 1 0. So I multiply by 10, it becomes 2.35. Okay. Now how many digits are recurring? You can see 2 digits are recurring. So first one digit was for the non-recurring, now 2 digits are recurring. So I multiply this 10x with 100. So when I multiply 10 by 100, it becomes 1000x. And now 2 more digits come before the decimal point. So now we have 235.35. Now what do you notice in this board? After the decimal point, the 35 keep repeating, right? Even in 10x, even in 1000x, this 0.3535 after decimal point keep repeating. So we can just cut it off after the decimal point. When we subtract, yes, when we subtract. So 1000x, what is 1000 minus 10? 1000 minus 10 is 990x. So 1000x minus 10 is 990x. After the decimal point, because it is repeating, we cut off. So we are left with 235 minus 2. What is 235 minus 2? It is 233. So x equal to 233 upon 990. So I have done the sum in two methods. You can choose your method. But I still repeat, what have we done? We had done natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and we were doing rational numbers. So yesterday I gave you the definition. Rational numbers are written in P upon Q form, where Q cannot be 0. Okay? And today I showed you that all rational numbers can be written in a decimal form. But in the decimal form, they will either be terminating, means they stop somewhere, or if it is non-terminating, it will be recurring. And we saw the reverse example also, that every non-terminating recurring decimal can be written in P by Q form. So in the higher exams, ISO and IMOs, yes, they ask you this complex sums, but these are not so easy. A little more extra is asked. But if you practice, you will know it very well. So we are done today with the rational numbers. Tomorrow we'll enter the concept of irrational numbers. Okay? So revise it one more time. I think you will find it easy. And for the homework, you can do exercise 1.2 and 1.1 we did yesterday. Today you can do the exercise 1.2 is plotting on the number line, which I have not started because first I want to do what are irrational numbers and then we'll do the plotting. So you can try doing exercise 1.3. Remember, your homework is exercise 1.3. Complete the exercise and send me the photo, and if you got any doubts then ask me. In the next video I will solve your doubt. Thank you.